Good evening, beautiful people of the You Create the Dream page, and welcome to Awake in the Dream. This is our fortnightly call. Just make sure that all systems are go. Do say hi as you come on. Let me know that you're here, and there I am on my phone. Perfect. Let me just get this organized to make sure we have our comments. Do say hi as you come on. I always love to acknowledge your divine presence. Marina, there you go, first again, and on my phone. So rely on, here we go, and the computer as well. Beautiful, beautiful. How are you, sweetheart? I hope you had the most amazing weekend. Hello, hello. Do say hi as you come on. We had a lovely weekend. It was a Reiki weekend. And of course, Marina, thank you so much for all the divine love and healing that you sent my way during this past little while. It was felt, and I'm so very appreciative. And it's also what gave me the strength, I'm sure, to also do our Reiki weekend. It was a beautiful weekend, and what better way to spend a weekend than in a bubble of love and healing? Okay, hello, hello, everybody. Thank you, Marina. I'm doing well. Thank you. A little slower than usual, I suppose, but I'm doing exceptionally well, and being in the Reiki bubble was amazing. Hello, beautiful Kerry. How are you? Hello, ladies. Looking forward to the retreat next week, Kerry. Couldn't believe it. I got an email saying from our paint class people saying that I think it was like 10 days, just 10 days to go. This is a few days ago. And I thought, oh my God, there's so much to get organised. Okay, hello, hello, everybody. Hello, beautiful Libby. How are you, sweetheart? Sending lots of love your way. All right, so let's start by being. I want you all to take a deep breath in. This is even if you're watching the recording. Taking a deep breath in and just exhale slowly and come into stillness. Let your body soften. Let your shoulders drop. And let your breath return to a natural rhythm, not a rhythm where you're stressed and wound up, but just a natural rhythm, and choose to just be here. So I know that we're all really busy, we have busy lives, but it's in the moments that we gift ourselves that ensures our continued alignment. Hey, beautiful Sharon, how are you? Hello, hello, everybody. So, and this has been a big lesson for me, and this is why I'm talking about what I'm talking about tonight. So obviously there's been a lot that's gone on in my world, and it all came in left field. So we need to stay in alignment, and I want you to feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you're breathing right now. I want you to be that present with me. I want you to be that still with me. The sacred beat of your heart, I want you to become aware of that. And I want you to become aware of the quiet knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. Because in the last Awake in the Dream call, I did actually speak about the fact that there is a lot going on for a lot of people, and that it is coming from left of field, that it is intense, whether it's an intense emotional issue that comes up, whether it's an intense physical, sudden issue that comes up. I spoke about that in our last Awake in the Dream call. I highly recommend everybody watch that, because even after that, I had a lot of people reach out saying to me, but why is this happening to me? And I said, watch the call. And it resonated with everybody. And then obviously, I got thrown something myself. So if you're here on this call tonight, and if you watch the recording, it's not by accident, because there are going to be pearls of wisdom in this for you too. We're here because something sacred is ready to be remembered, not learned, remembered. There's a quote I write on the board on day one of our Reiki training, every Reiki class, and I have done so for 28, 30 years. No man can reveal to you aught but that which is already half asleep in the dawning of your knowledge. And it is by Khalil Gibran, the prophet. Anytime something lands, you think it's a truth that you've finally found outside of you, but it's not. It's something that you were ready to remember, and it was always inside of you. It was half asleep in the dawning of your knowledge, because it's all there within us. And if you think about it, how many times have we gone through things that in hindsight, we could see the signs really clearly? So the truth is, we don't really need more information. what we all need is more integration. That's what we all need. Hello, beautiful Rencha. How are you? Integration is what we need. And, if you've walked through fire recently, physically, emotionally, spiritually, then tonight's call is going to land for you really deeply. If you're still going through the thick of things, watch my last Awake in the Dream call and then read my posts and come to this one. So rising is not the end of the journey, because we might think, oh my God, thank God I've gone through the challenge and I've come through it. I'm okay. I've survived the challenge. The fact is that this too shall pass. Everything passes. So rising is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of everything new. And that's what tonight is about. It is the beginning of everything new. So if you've read the 2 latest big posts that I have on my personal page and across, I do believe it was shared across all my pages, there's never nothing happening. And the post is, there's never nothing happening and this is my rebirth. I think, yeah, that's what it was called. This is my rebirth. So to the point, there's never nothing happening. There is never nothing happening. The problem is we busy ourselves and we look at certain things and we say focus on certain things and we become oblivious to most other things. So in those 2 posts, I'm not going to go into in detail, but in those 2 posts, I actually shared my unexpected journey. One that took me from being what was meant to be a day off and I have had an exceptionally busy 6 months, but it was what was meant to be a day off and then preparing for breakfast with my family. I went from that state to being admitted to the local hospital through the night at 1 a.m. at the local hospital. And then I was transferred to another hospital, put into maternity ward, mind you, which was symbolic in and of itself, whilst I was waiting for emergency surgery. It was a week that turned absolutely everything on its head for me because I don't have time for this sort of thing. But it was a week that reminded me of how quickly life can shift, of how fragile our human shell is, and yet how unbreakable our spirit always remains. The moment I saw the artwork in the hospital, it was actually in my room in the hospital. As I mentioned, I was in the maternity ward. And as we moved into the maternity ward, there was the most beautiful print, which I do have a photograph of. And then the walls were lined with these beautiful artworks that were done by one of the midwives there. Then we go into my room. Now, most of the other artworks had babies in the womb. As soon as we've gone into my room, there on the wall is a picture of a baby's head crowning and being welcomed by 2 loving hands. I'm aware that there is something happening at all times, that there are messages and blessings everywhere. So the moment I saw that, I knew that this was my rebirth. This wasn't just a hospital stay. This was something big for me. This was a rebirth, but not the kind of rebirth that unfortunately comes with a magic wand. You don't walk out of fire and suddenly know how to live as the one that you've become because of some big thing that's happened to you. It's about learning to stay risen. And that's something that we all need to understand. We need to learn when we go through challenges, when we have our ahas, when we have our truths. We can't get pulled back into same mold. We have to stay risen. Because for most people, there's a quiet fall after the rise. There are the epiphanies, there are the ahas, there is the, oh my God, it was just so amazing. And I realize now, blah, 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 blah. But then they get pulled into old ways. It's a quiet pull to the return to normal. And the thing is, the world's not going to adjust to your new frequency right away. You have to hold your frequency. And that's the same thing with manifesting. You might have 5 minutes where you can hold the vibration of really feeling and visualizing all that you desire, but then you drop back into same old. And I've often said to clients that say to me, oh, I meditate every day and I do yoga a couple of times a week. I don't care what you do for half an hour a day. Tell me who you are, how you behave and how you think the other 23 and a half hours a day, and I'll tell you what your life looks like. So the world doesn't adjust to the new you until, or reflect the new you until you have the capacity to hold that frequency. And you don't have the capacity to hold that frequency right away. People still expect the old version of you. So the people around you, they want same old. There's a part of you that wants same old. Your to-do list will still call your name. My to-do list still called my name. I'm so grateful to everybody that sent me healing, because it was felt, and I know you made all the difference. And I did have to clear my schedule, obviously, on Tuesday. But Wednesday, I did my coaching calls from the comfort of the lounge, continued with clients, and then we had Reiki training on the weekend. I did do the Reiki training, but that's, a beautiful bubble of love, so I couldn't cancel that, and I wouldn't cancel that. But the to-do lists, all these bits of paper are still here. They're still waiting for me. They still have my name. And there's an aspect of them that is pulling me, calling me back. Do same old, do same old. Your schedule is already tight. You've got to get these things done. And I will say there are still things that I have absolutely, I'm going to say there's always a choice, but they have to get done. I have big commitments and they absolutely have to get done. But I am honoring my message. And this is what I really want everyone to get clear tonight. When you go through a challenge, there are messages. When you do particular processes that we do in CTC and people get insight into why they've got aches and pains, or why they have a block to success, or a block to having it all, or a block to weight loss, or whatever those things are, you absolutely must follow through on the message that comes through, because if you don't, things come back bigger, badder, louder, angrier. Good evening, Jenny. If I said hello to everybody. Good evening, Amanda. Hello, hello, beautiful people. So my to-do list, they're calling loud, like very loudly. The inbox is flooded with messages that are calling me. The habits, your old habits will try to reclaim you because your ego desires to stay the same. So every time there is an up-leveling, the only way to up-level and hold the new frequency is to literally die unto ourselves. The only way to hold the new frequency is to let go of the old self. We cannot be the old self. We cannot live the old way if we stay the same. So your habits will try to reclaim you. And there's this moment, this fragile, sacred moment when the phoenix stands at the edge of the ashes and the wings are still warm because it's just come through the fire, right? It's unsure if she should soar or shrink back. And, excuse me, I personally faced that moment. Even like lying in recovery, I felt the pull. I felt the pull. I heard, just rest, just rest up for a little bit, you'll be right, get back on track. Stick to the schedule as is, pick up where you left off, keep going, you're right, you got through this, you're right. People are counting on you, don't let people down. You've got deadlines to meet, all these things are going on, don't, just go back to, and maybe schedule something for 6 months from now, you'll be right. Don't cancel any clients. Don't cancel Reiki this weekend. Surely, come on, you only just got one more module to record for CTC training and you'll be okay, just do it. The pull is so strong. The noise in the head is so loud. And whilst I didn't cancel anything that I knew, whilst I didn't cancel the things that I knew were extremely important, I still knew that I had to do something different, because something in me knew that I am most definitely not meant to return to who I was, because to return to who I was would mean that I was offered an opportunity for massive growth and change, and that I just rode the wave and went back to how I used to be. And that is not how I run things. Absolutely not. Why would I step through the door of opportunity for massive growth only to come back and then close that door shut, waiting for another bitch slap? So I know in my heart that I'm not meant to return, I'm meant to rise. That I'm not meant to return, I'm meant to rebuild. So I took action. And whilst that action wasn't cancelling all the things in my schedule, because they absolutely must be done, there's nowhere to move them to. So whilst I didn't do that, I took action by making appointments that were purely for me. And they might be a few minutes here and there. They might be little things, and some of them are an hour long session. You know, there's little things I did, but I still took action. So when you hear the calling, when you receive messages, when you go through your challenges, when you feel the waves, when you know what it is that you need to do, it's not enough to know it. You absolutely have to commit. You absolutely have to take action. I was making calls and messaging people whilst I was traveling back home from the hospital. I made a commitment. It's like, I have to do this. I even contacted people that I knew I couldn't see or couldn't have a session with because I'm obviously not in a position where I can do so much. So you have to honor yourself, just like I've chosen to honor my mind, my body, and my spirit. So for me personally, my sacred message was time. The greatest message that came through wasn't about illness, wasn't about the end. It was about time. It was about renewal. It was about rebirth. It was about me stepping up a whole lot more. I'd been given my time, or I had been giving, my time to everything else, to everyone else, to all the things that I thought were really important and had to get done, the things that I needed to get done to have the CTC legacy outlive me. And the damn thing almost ended me. So I gave time to so much. Where are you losing your time? I gave time to people, to my programs, to my vision, to my clients, to my family. And I did it all with so much love. But I forgot about me. I forgot about the sacredness of time for me. Where are you forgetting about the sacredness of time for you? The whispers were there for me. Are the whispers there for you? Let me be the example that inspires you to get back on track, to align, to honor yourself. I'd hear whispers, what would it take for you to actually go to a Dr. Joanne? I'd have these moments. I work magic. I am so damn good. I am so good at transmuting energy. It's one of my superpowers. I know it's all energy. 100% believe it. So it's easy for me to transform it. I'd feel niggling things and I would transform it. But I was ignoring the whispers. I didn't think of them as anything too important. Can you give yourself a day off without guilt? No, because there's so much to do. What if you rested before it's forced upon you? I'll be right, I feel fine. Are you doing the same thing? I didn't listen. Are you not listening to the whispers within? And so for me, the universe answered with divine clarity. If you won't honor yourself with time, Joanne, then I'm going to take it for you. If you won't give your time, then why should I give you time? Because all I begged for was time. I know without a doubt that the surgery didn't have to happen. It certainly didn't have to happen the way it did. Without a doubt, I know that. I know that if I had time, I could have shifted things. But the universe says, you don't honor yourself with time, so why would I? So it took time from me. I know my vision is big and my mission is sacred, and it's too sacred for me to burn out. But I pushed myself there. And each and every one of us is born to be the greatest version of ourselves. Are you too focused on things outside of you, too focused on everything else, rather than keeping yourself in alignment? I was busy. I felt fine, I thought. I was busy. And I run, it's not so much on adrenaline, but I'm brilliant at the 11th hour. But I was stopped. And I wasn't stopped as punishment. That's something that we all need to understand. I wasn't stopped as punishment, but as protection. I was given the time to refuel. So now I choose time for me, not just a few minutes, but real time. I choose integration. I choose embodiment. And that's what it takes to become the fire. So then I'm not in the fire, I am the fire. So I'm hoping that's landing. Please let me know if this is resonating with you. Can you see that perhaps you're not listening to some of the whispers that have been coming through loud and strong for you? If you have just come through a challenge, the question is not, have you risen? Because we all go through things, that everything shall pass. So the question, or the important question, is not, have you risen? The question is, can you live like the one who rose? Can you become the flame, not to burn others, but to illuminate your world? Because this is the real work. This is what becoming the fire means. It means living by your truth, even when it's inconvenient for others. It means saying no when you want to say no, but instead the old you said yes. It means protecting your energy without apology. It means refusing to tolerate what your soul has outgrown. If your soul has outgrown something, don't let the old you, the old version of you, keep pulling you back. It also means no longer abandoning yourself for approval, no longer abandoning yourself for productivity or for peacekeeping. So, are you currently in a challenge? Are you having your rebirth? Have you risen? Are you living like the one who rose? Landing, landing, landing. Landing, beautiful. So I'd like to share with you an experiential process to help you in moving forward, just to anchor in these truths. Excuse me, I need to clear my throat and hold my stomach while I do so. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I'd like for you to make yourself nice and comfortable. Gently closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And again, a deep breath in and exhale. And imagining yourself in a beautiful, magical, sacred clearing in a lush forest. As you continue breathing deeply, rhythmically, it feels like this amazing forest is alive, so alive. You can almost feel it pulsing. Perhaps you can even see it pulsing. And there you are, standing barefoot, surrounded by a circle of soft earth. In the center, a fire burns. A beautiful fire. It's not wild. It's not chaotic. It's calm. It's sacred. It's steady. It's inviting. Just look at that beautiful fire. This fire is you. It holds every moment of pain that you've ever walked through. It holds every challenge, every heartbreak, every breakdown. It also holds every triumph, every victory, every becoming, everything. And I want you now to step closer. Step forward and feel the warmth. This fire, it doesn't consume. It doesn't consume. It clarifies. It purifies. It illuminates what is true. It's so inviting. And I want you now to step into the fire now. Feel it wrap around you like golden light. And as you stand there, say silently or even aloud, I am the fire. I am the light. I am the one that I have been waiting for. I will no longer shrink so as to fit old stories. I will no longer betray myself for comfort. I will live as the one who rose. I will live as the one who rose. And breathe in that feeling, breathe in that affirmation. I will live as the one who rose. Breathe it in deeply. And let that truth settle into your body, into your bones, into every cell, into your beingness. That's right. And breathe deeply. As all the old outmoded ideas, all the old outmoded beliefs, all the old outdated habits, the old versions of you simply fall away. So that all that remains is the new you in the new now. Aware, awake, more conscious, powerful, so powerful. And only when you're ready to own that power, only when you're ready to accept that there is nothing to fear other than staying the same, only when you're ready to know that there is nothing to fear, and when you're ready and absolutely committed to moving forward, only when you're ready to do that, only when you're ready to move forward and rise, I want you to open your eyes. Gently opening your eyes, carrying that flame within you, so that from this moment moving forward, you make a commitment to never returning to life as usual. You return as somebody who remembers their truth, someone who knows that life doesn't ever happen to you. It's for you. It moves through you, for you, and with you. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are a conscious co-creator of your experiences. And just as I sat there, in that hospital bed, holding the vision of my healing, surrounded by the loving energy that everybody was sending me, surrounded by new life, rebirth, you too hold the same power, because everything is energy. And energy is not passive, it's programmable. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed. And so I ask you, what vision are you holding for yourself? Are you seeing yourself as exhausted, behind, failing, or as a radiant whole being on time and aligned? What vision are others holding of you? And are you letting that energy in? You've got to be so careful about the energies that other people unknowingly cast upon you. And then I spoke about that in the second post that I did. This is my rebirth, in that post. So, as I shared in my post, when someone holds a sick or fearful vision of us, it affects our field. And that is why those that have trained with me know the importance of holding the highest vision. Holding the highest vision changes everything for yourself and for others in need. When you see somebody as radiant, as happy, as healthy, full of energy and vitality and free, you are energetically contributing to that being their reality. That's how powerful we are. This is your power. And it's also your responsibility to hold the highest vision. So please continue holding the highest vision for yourself and for others. It's one of the greatest gifts that you can give. And hold the highest vision, especially for those that are walking through fire right now. So after this call, I'd like for you to take some time to reflect with some journal prompts. And perhaps, actually, here are some questions for thought. Who am I now that I've risen? Maybe you've just gone through a big challenge. Who am I now that I have risen? What can no longer come with me into the next chapter? I love that one. What can no longer come with me into the next chapter? What does shining bright and living big look like for me? In all areas of my life, in relationships, in work, in body and energy. I want you to write your answers coming from a place of deep sacred truth. No filters, no expectations, just deep soul honesty. And before I end this call, I want to leave you with this. May you never again abandon the self that you became in the fire. May your boundaries be sacred, your time honored, and your energy protected. May your voice be clear, your presence radiant, and your vision unshakable. May each and every one of you rise not just once, but every single time, again and again and again, and not in spite of what happened, not just because you tried to survive it, but because of it, because you are no longer someone who merely walks through fire, because you are the fire, because you come out forged new, because you come out stronger, wiser, and choose to live like that. So over the next week, please, each and every one of you take time for yourself, not as a luxury, but as your birthright. Say no when your soul wants to say no. Honor yourself. That's all it is, honoring yourself. Say yes to what lights up your heart. Honor your inner phoenix, and remember that your rise, it is not a threat. And if anybody else sees it like that, that's up to them. That's on them. But you rising is not a threat. It's your permission slip, or it's a permission slip for others to do the same. It's you living by example to inspire others to do the same. The world doesn't need more people pretending to be okay. The world needs you to be fully you. The world needs you to be your absolute best self. Fully risen, fully alive, fully on fire with purpose and passion and inspiration. And you may even score yourself a couple more guides. I had a couple of new ones come in, and I will say that the people at the Reiki training on the weekend, in addition to what they normally see around me, saw another two. So there's a lot of action happening in my world right now. To each and every one of you, I love you. You are the flame. You are the phoenix that continues to rise. And at all times, we are all becoming. We are all becoming more. I love each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Thank you so much, Rencha. Journal prompts are at 31 minutes. Are there any questions before I go? Much love to you all. I do like looking at the phone because I see all the little love hearts pop up. Okay, much love to you. And for those ladies that are on the live call who are going to be attending the retreat next week, I'll see you on Monday. Super excited. All right, much love to you all. Good night.